Welcome to Rhythm and Roads podcast. I'm your host, Joshua Jacob. We have a very special guest. We have Orlando Silva. He's the bassist for As the City Sleeps. They're from El Paso, Texas. So yeah, awesome. Anyone, just so cool to represent musicians from El Paso and everyone that I've been meeting. So thank you, sir, for coming on Rhythm and Roads to share your story.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Yeah, dude. So I've seen you played in one of the shows twice already, and man, I actually like bass a lot. As a drummer, I think bass and drums do have a tie-in together in the way they go with the beat and the rhythm. But I really like the fact that when you're on stage, man, you're playing. I mean, I see you're really getting into it and you love your craft and you're very passionate about the bass. So, I just want to get to know your story. How did you get to, I guess, start being a bassist? How did you start with that?
Oh man, you have no idea how much I follow. I guess drums in general, right?
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Whenever I kind of start throwing a beat, whatever they do, I kind of just I connect. I connect a lot to the drummers in general.
Yeah.
I would say I started back in I want to say officially basing maybe 2016.
Oh, wow. Time.
2016 with a really old band. We used to be called the Can Dance, and
And dance?
the Can Dance. Yeah,
Okay.
we started playing for about 3 years or so,
Okay.
and I think a buddy of mine just kind of he knew I played a little bit of guitar and has said, "Hey, why don't you play bass for us? Why don't you like here let me borrow my let you borrow my bass because it
Yeah.
was my buddy's bass, and try it out and see if you can like do some simple stuff." And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I'll grab it, I'll try it, and then we'll see where it goes. And that's kind of how it started.
That's how you established a relationship with your bass, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
You have
that's
a
how it all
love for it,
began.
bro.
That's how it all began.
Wait, so did you go for to take lessons? Did someone teach you, self-taught?
Self-taught,
Oh,
everything.
really? Okay, cool.
It's crazy. I kind of we started practicing and jamming out. It was definitely his bass. And just from jamming out a couple of times, it was straight into shows. So you
Wow,
being
man.
being the nervous person or the shy, I guess people that we were,
Yeah.
that's kind of how we started getting comfortable little by little, and then getting into the stages. And there was a lot of crazy stages for just that one first band. I remember,
Oh, really?
yeah, I remember towards the end of that band, we went and played one show at a Tricky Falls one time, and it was fun. It was definitely fun, and another show at the Fountains back when they were doing like their summer music events.
Well, on
But
that
yeah,
stage at the fountains?
on
Yeah.
that little stage, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Okay.
And then I remember we had a really random show at this yogurt shop for absolutely no reason. I have no idea
A
how it
yogurt
happened.
shop?
But we had a booking at a yogurt shop and we started setting up and it was basically like this I guess locally owned yogurt place. It looked like Menchie's.
Oh, really? Okay.
Um, and it was strange, but we did it and everybody was jamming out while they were eating the yogurt.
That's crazy, man. I trying to figure how to see that. Like, okay, you're at a yogurt shop, all of a sudden there's all this. I mean, I don't know what was your style? Rock, heavy rock?
It was more like indie with that band,
Oh,
kind of like
okay.
the Strokes ish.
Oh, that's cool. Interesting. Hey, well, I hope everyone enjoyed that show there while they're eating ice cream. So that's different.
Did you ever get to see that Denny's meme where this band started playing at Denny's by any chance?
No,
No?
what's it?
Yeah, I guess I don't know. It's like a meme, but
Oh, it is.
or
Okay.
this video where some kids start playing at Denny's and they say, what do they say? They say, uh, let's fucking go, Denny's, or something like that. And they went hard at just Denny's,
Oh,
and
they
I think they,
did.
they were doing something hard.
Wow. And where can I see this meme? Is it still out?
Yeah, just searching it by maybe putting Denny's rock band. Rock Band at Denny's, maybe something like
Okay.
that. It'll come up. It'll
That'll come
come
up.
up.
Okay. Yeah, I like to see something like that. Of course, they probably like asked, I don't know how they asked permission to do that, or maybe they just went with it, but that's cool that they just did it.
Denny's booking right there. I
I
imagine
know,
something
right?
similar like the yogurt booking. I don't know.
That's crazy, dude. Also, well, as you were, so before 2016, did you have any interest at all, like for bass?
Mm, I would say I haven't really explored those options. I feel like it was
Oh.
just mostly guitar and
Oh, so you were
acoustic.
interested in guitar. Okay.
Yeah, but bass, like no, I don't think I've ever touched the bass before that, to be honest.
Dang. Is because I don't know how to play guitar, which I've always wanted to learn, but is playing guitar very similar to bass where it's just or more guitar is more complicated than bass? I mean, how does do they both tie in together a little bit?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I feel like yeah, guitars definitely have more complex chords because I guess the bass just gets the root notes sometimes,
Oh, okay.
and it could be as simple as that, depending on the style of music, of course.
Yeah, right. Getting all
But same notes, especially like the last four chords of a guitar. That's pretty much the bass right there.
wow. Well, that's right. It's just like four chords, right? Wow.
hmm And you know what's crazy? And I don't know why I did this, but my first ever bass, I just said, screw it, and I I bought a five string bass for absolutely no reason. I had
What?
uh no business buying a five string bass, but I said, you know what? I kind of want to. You suffer through it, and I did for a little bit.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Why don't you get a normal bass? Like, like you're okay. Just get a normal bass." But yeah,
We're not even there yet, bro. Like you're already like
yeah,
here and you jump the next level without even mastering the four chords, man.
yep, yep. That's exactly what happened. Yep, yep,
Oh,
yep.
dude. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. Well, good for you. I mean, so you were able to handle the five then, right? Eventually you got it with it.
Oh, I got so used to it that well, basically the fifth string, because
Yeah.
the fifth string bass has a lower string, so
Oh,
like all this music and all these like yeah, all these original songs, I was getting used to that string. So when I went back to the four strings, I was like, I miss that lower string. Like I miss it, and
that's
it sounds
good.
different, and I got to relearn all the songs because they I used that lower string. But
Wow. So it does make a difference having from going to four to five.
yeah, big
Yeah.
difference. I would say
Interesting.
deeper tone, depending, right? But yeah, I would say so.
I actually I've been recommended to because I play the drums as well, is to try out bass. What do you recommend for someone who's starting out?
Definitely four strings.
Yeah.
Definitely four strings. I feel like yeah, it's not definitely not necessary unless it's some like something crazy complicated or you really need that lower string. But
So
no,
self-taught
just
is the way to go, self-taught, or just get someone who knows.
I think self-taught. As long as you have maybe some string history, I feel like I
Okay.
had some because I used to play a little bit of the cello, just a
Oh, okay.
little bit.
Really?
Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. But like I had that I guess that history of like pressing down strings. So maybe that helped me.
Okay.
Um and I guess I did have some classes for guitar, for acoustic guitar. So like pulling down, hammering and all that. There was all that.
Wow. Yeah, because
But
I've
just
been wanting to learn for a while, and I mean, I'm close friends with Enrique from Soul Parade, and he's the bass player, so he's just like, dude, you're always welcome to practice and try out with it. I'm like, all right.
what did he recommend? What did Enrique recommend?
No, I mean, he just said try it. Like that was it. It's very short, but just try it out. It's not hard. Just learn it. YouTube, learning instructional videos, and that was it. So,
Yeah, YouTube is our friend because I mean they're fatter strings, so uh yeah, I mean as long as you try it, I recommend that too.
Well, and so for me, I like a lot of jazz. So anytime I listen to like deep bass and all that jazz music, I like hearing the bass from that. For you as a, sorry, excuse me, for you as a musician, which artist, as you were, I guess starting bass out, has inspired you to pursue bass? So what like music artists out there? It doesn't have to be jazz. It could be Tool, some other groups that maybe have a good bass player.
Oh God. Uh is a tough question, putting me on the spot.
Well, I mean, is there just a band that you listen to now that you're just like, oh, just I like the bass player the way he plays it? I don't know.
I'm gonna say not at the moment. I feel like I kind of grew up with a whole different genre. I kind of
Oh,
grew
you
up with
did?
R&B. Yeah, not
R&B,
even rock.
weird.
I grew
Okay.
up with R&B and hip
Oh,
hop.
okay. So, what's your style of R&B? Because I like R&B as well.
R&B. Mm,
So, like for me, I like Maxwell, Sade, John Legend. I mean, yeah,
yeah, just John
Usher.
Legend. Pretty much. I do like those styles. I do. I kind of bounce around, but yeah, lately I've been bouncing around pretty much a lot of genres, a lot of different kind of bands. I'm trying to think of a decent one, but
I'm gonna
right now,
recommend
yeah.
a group. Well, Clint Eastwood, the actor and director, his son is a jazz player, and his name is Kyle Eastwood. And he brought out a jazz album in 2007. And I listened when I first listened to it. That's actually what intrigued more of my interest in bass because of the way they play bass in this album. So he's a jazz player, Kyle Eastwood, but I think the album's called Paris Blue or something like that. But dude, just the way they play the bass, I'm like, bro, like it's really good stuff. So just that's what I
Kyle Eastwood. Okay, I'll take
yeah,
a
Kyle
mental
Eastwood,
note.
yeah, that's Clint Eastwood's son. Yeah, because I guess they're all into jazz because the son actually has a lot of good albums of all jazz, and I think Clint Eastwood. I read that Clint Eastwood is very fond of jazz as well, so it just runs in the family.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, I heard a little bit of Clint Eastwood because he used to be a musician too. No, other than like a director, also a musician, right?
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. I just have never heard of any of his music or seen him play anything, but I would think he would probably learn how to play some. I have to
Think
look
so. I
that
think
up.
so.
Yeah. But another person that I did observe at a show that was a bassist was the bass player for Tool. So I went to go see that band Tool in Phoenix, and the way he was playing the bass was like, oh crap! Because how they have a lot of sometimes where it's just them jamming out without any vocals. So the way that he was just strumming that bass was like, damn, dude, good stuff.
You saw them live. You said.
Oh, I've seen him. Yeah, I've seen him twice. Yeah, they're really good. If you ever get the chance to see Tool, I recommend it.
Yeah, we'll do. We'll do.
Yeah,
I
dude.
feel like I feel like the only times I don't get to see too many I guess concerts, but the only times where I'm like, damn, like that's crazy. I don't know if I could ever do that. I think it was some sort of a some sort of screening for like a Piers of Ale concert. I think that's what it
Okay.
was.
Okay.
And the bassist was swinging the bass like a full 360. He had like a
Oh,
rig,
shit.
and they would flip it around. They would like do this whole thing.
Really?
And
Wow,
then
that's
I had
intense.
a buddy, and I had a band for a short period of time, and we would play a little bit of more harder rock. I would say a
Okay.
little bit more metal-ish.
Ooh, all right.
So yeah, whole different kind of style, right? And
Yeah.
I think he was trying to kind of do something similar because you have to really bolt down the what is it? I think that the screws to the strap, because if you're gonna swing it around, you got to make sure it does not fly off.
Hmm.
And
I
it's
bet.
that style is pretty crazy.
Wow, man. Well, I recommend seeing a band because I've seen them and their bass is pretty good. Is As the City Sleeps. So if they ever have a show, I recommend checking out their bass players. So
He's all right. He's all right. I seen him. He's all right. All right.
actually, I like you guys to say it's good stuff. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
man. Now, speaking of As the City Sleeps, I do want to get to know your story of how you started with the band.
Yeah, definitely. Um, so probably around, I want to say maybe 2019. 2019, I think I kind of tried out for As the City Sleeps because back then it used to be what is now the lead guitarist as Dean.
Oh, as Dean, yes. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So he was the original bassist, right? Um, but then he lived elsewhere for a while, so he kind of stepped out of the band for a couple years. And I think in 2019, basically it was just Alan, the guitarist, and then a different drummer.
Okay.
And they basically wanted they needed a bassist so bad because I remember they were in Battle of the Bands, and it was just the drummer and the guitarist Alan, and I was like, y'all need a bassist. Y'all
Right?
need a
You're like, how you
bassist.
gonna pull that off?
It can't be Battle of the Bands without bass.
Right?
Um, but yeah, I think they had some sort of loop recording, and I was like, yeah, all right, I don't remember how I reached out or how it happened, but I remember trying out, and I was with them, and I just jumped out. It was just like three songs, and they're like, yeah, yeah, like, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. Come back, next
Hmm,
week, and then we'll keep practicing together.
that's
And
cool.
it's been like that ever since, pretty much.
And that happened in 2019?
I would say so. 2019, around there. Yeah, I think it was before COVID. So yeah, 2019.
Oh, sweet, man. Well, that's cool. And that opened the doors for you to be part of the band. And ever since then, you're writing music with them, performing with them. So that's really good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you want to touch base a little bit on the new album coming out, is it out already or no?
Not at the moment. Right now, there's just a single.
Oh, just
Um, and it is on the streaming platforms, but there is a whole new album coming out, hopefully in the next couple months. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that.
yeah, dude. If you want to share about it, just your insight behind it of writing the songs or being in the studio.
Yeah, I think this album we really focused on collaboration,
Okay.
making sure we were all, um, I guess, contributing it and making sure it was artistic, making sure that we had fun with it, right?
Yeah.
So we all
That's important.
jammed out, huh?
That's important, making sure you had fun.
Yeah, always, always. So for this album, I would say, at least for me, not too much pressure, but at the same time, making sure that it was what we wanted to release. There was a specific song where it is instrumental, but we all decided to keep it that way because it's very kind of moving, and it's
Okay.
surprising how much feedback we get from it. Because yes, there's no vocals, but people come up and say, "Hey, like that song was beautiful. Like that song actually made me cry." And I was like, "What do you
Hey,
mean?
really?
Like I've never heard somebody say that from like
Wow.
an instrumental." So that was kind of like a big I guess shock to hear that, right? Because yes, it was kind of made in that purpose, but there's different interpretation for that specific song.
Dang,
But
dude.
I'm excited.
Is this song out already as a single or has it been?
No, not yet.
Oh, not
Not
yet.
yet. Not yet.
Okay.
So it's coming out. It's coming out.
But you guys have played this song in shows, like some prior
Yes.
shows. What was the name of the song?
Um, it is. It has a big name. It has a big. It's a
No, that's fine.
secret. It's a
Okay. Oh,
secret. I
it's a
can't say it.
secret.
I
Because
can't
I
say
think
it.
when I last saw you guys was in when was it? Like was it January when I last saw you guys perform? I think
Okay.
I don't know if you guys played at Love Buzz. I don't know if you guys played um that song at that time or if it was still too fresh.
I think it was in the raps. Sometimes we play, sometimes we don't.
Oh, okay, so
So I don't remember. I
really
don't remember to be honest.
fun. Wow, dude, I actually look forward to hearing the song because if it's been already moving people like that, I'm like, oh, cool. It's gonna be probably a hit.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we got something in the raps for sure.
That's cool, dude. And so with this project, is it an actual album or is it an EP?
It's a EP.
It's an EP? Okay, cool. Probably about six, seven songs.
Yeah, definitely
Well, that's
around there.
cool, man.
Five.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing all the new songs and hopefully you guys get some more shows for the later this year to represent the songs. I don't know if you have I know you guys recently played at some roller derby, right?
We did. That was very interesting. It was very fun. It was actually it was unexpected because I'd never been to a roller derby experience, and it was the first of the season.
Oh wow.
So it was pretty cool to see all the girls knock each other.
Yeah, I didn't even
And
know El Paso brought out roller derby events. Like what?
I thought it was just those two teams, but some people were saying, or my friend was saying that they have different teams. So
Oh
that
wow.
throughout the whole season, they come out with the different teams, and whoever stands on top, well, that's the one that I guess wins it all. I'm not too sure how it works, but it was interesting to learn about that sport because there's specific rules to it.
Oh, okay. Wow. I think there was a movie they brought out years ago that was about a roller derby, but I don't know. I know it was a big hit, but I don't know. But seems interesting.
You should go. Yeah, you should definitely go to the next one. Like, I would say it's a family event, but we did the halftime, and it was pretty sweet. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, nice
Too
man.
bad. Yeah, no, it was actually really cool.
That's cool, dude. Well, before we end the podcast, I do want to ask if kind of get to know you in the personal way of like, what's your favorite movie? Do you have a certain movie that you just really like a lot that you grew up with, or a show? We could start with that one.
Mm, I would say at the moment, I was kind of thinking about the what's it called? The artificial intelligence. I don't know if you ever seen it, but
Oh,
it's
the
like
one by Spielberg, right?
with who?
The one who directed by Spielberg? Is it the one?
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's an interesting film, dude. That's been out. I mean, it's been out for a while, but yeah. Why do you like that one?
I feel like recently we need more of those type of movies, like well crafted, good script, like well designed stories. And I feel like there's a lot of movies that are being butchered right now, due to like the demands of like, yeah, we got to release something, but
Yeah, dude.
like really think about it because if old movies are starting to get better than new movies, then they're definitely doing something wrong.
You know, you have a good point on that. You do, because I actually have noticed that. And that's the same for music. I feel like a lot of artists that I've grew up listening to, they're just so in a rush to bring out an album just because their fans are in demand of asking for something out. But when you listen to it, it's just not like good. And I'm just like, dude, like I've heard prior albums years ago that it's just a masterpiece, just the way you guys took your time crafting, creating and songwriting, all that. But then lately, these current years, it's just put out a song and it just the quality's not as good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you need a little bit of everything for the time, the love into the craftsmanship for sure. So when you have all the pieces together, then yeah, it'll be obvious that something good will come up. That's really good, right? So
Yeah. No, and I agree. The same for filmmaking is for movies as well. Is yeah, just take your time with the craft. Just don't rush it. And that's why one of my favorite directors is one of my favorite films is Back to the Future. That's definitely an all time, and I think they really took their time making sure that went well. But yeah, like James Cameron with Titanic and Terminator, his films, Avatar, he takes his time bringing out his films, but he doesn't rush it. You know what I mean? He takes like Avatar took 10 years, I think, to bring out three of those films out. You know what I mean? It wasn't just done in 2, 3 years. But when he does bring out his films, I mean, they're just like blockbuster hits. So,
yep, yep, that is very true, very correct.
your favorite music artist? Do you have any artists that you like? Certain your favorite band, group? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. You name it, I probably like him.
Well, it's all right. I mean, at
Probably like
least they know we're just, I may not like them, but someone who might watch this will be like, "Oh, cool. I know that band."
I don't know. It's a secret, sir. No, no.
The secret is like it's as City Sleeps.
It's just that city sleep. That's all I listen to 24
Oh,
hours a day.
dude, I
Get
love
up
that
in the
group.
morning, go to sleep, and you know, it helps, right?
You're on your whole day. That's funny. That's all right, bro. You
Uh,
don't want to mention the band. Okay, so when it comes to fast food, Whataburger or In-N-Out?
oh, it's got to be Whataburger.
Over
That's
In-N-Out? Yeah.
yeah, over in and out. I gotta say. for the choices. I feel like for the choice, the variety. What if I want like chicken sandwich for
Oh,
no
that's
reason at
true. Yeah.
Whataburger?
Yeah.
Just for choices, right? That's it though. That's it. Because obviously you're a little limited at In and Out, but
That's true.
that,
They are very limited. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You know, one burger I did try in Cruces was Blake's Burger. Have you ever had that? Blake's?
yeah.
They're pretty good,
No, actually,
man.
just once. Just once. I don't remember too much.
Well, it's just they have a green chili double burger there, but yeah, man, they're really good. They're based out of I think New Mexico or just in Las Cruces. I'm not sure, but they're good.
Is that Blake's like our Blake's? The Blake's Lottaburger?
Probably. I think it's the same one. I think they moved out here on the far east side. They opened up because when I haven't been there, but I passed by Joe Battle area, Montana, and then there was a Blake's, and I was like, hey, isn't that the one from New Mexico? But I don't know.
It
But
could be. Yeah, yeah. It's been a while. I just tried it like maybe once, but I don't remember it. I think it was just good, but I don't remember it too much.
that's cool, dude. Well, I really appreciate you, bro, for coming on Rhythm and Roads, for sharing your story and how you started with the band and your love for being a bassist. But yeah, man, look forward to seeing more of your shows. I always keep an eye out and see when your next show is. I couldn't make it this recent one. But yeah, and especially the new EP coming out. Did you say you had the title for it or no? For the EP? What was it?
Not yet. Not yet.
Ah, yeah, you guys still in the works? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Cool, man. Well, thank you again for coming on Rhythm and Roads, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you.